The homosexual, it is true, at times does adopt the clothing or the makeup of a woman to lure members of his own sex. But this is not so for the transvestite. The transvestite is not interested in those of their own sex. The clothing is not worn to attract the attention of their own sex, but to eliminate themselves from being a member of that sex. Then comes the major surgery, the removal of the man and the formation of the woman. A woman born at the age of 24.
A new life is begun.
The body of the woman within begins to appear now. The world is shocked by a person who changed his sex. Thus, the strange case of Glenn, who was Glenda, one and the same person, not half man, half woman, but nevertheless, man and woman in the same body. He dares to enter the street dressed in the clothes he so much desires to wear. Glenn is engaged to be married to Barbara. Glenn's problem is a deep one, but he must tell her soon. She's begun to notice things. Soon she will realize. He learned that foreign doctors were doing marvelous work with a sex change. Man to woman, woman to man.
Say, did you read about the guy that had his sex changed to a girl? Says he was perfectly normal, too.
How can a guy be normal and go and do a thing like that to himself?
What about their children, Doctor? Would their children become the same way their father is?
Glenda has made the decision. If the newspapers had not gotten hold of the story, it would have gone untold, unnoticed as so many others in medical history. Why is the modern world shocked by this headline? Why?
Do you realize what would happen if every man in the country that wanted to wear women's clothes or felt like a woman went to their doctors and wanted a sex change?
Glenn and all the hundreds of thousands of other Glens across the nation face quite a problem.
Now, also, back in the early days, I don't want this to slip by, either before you came into town or after you got here, you were one of the last people working with Ed Wood.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, it's like people, you know, he didn't become sort of semi-not famous until that Golden Turkey book or whatever came out, and that was after he died.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, he was just a guy who was looking to score, you know, $500 to write a script, and that's what we paid him. Unfortunately, we never got it. I think we had an outline, and then, you know, the Christmas card came back, not at this address. And I called a friend of mine who also knew him, and they said he died. And that was that. I mean, you know, I'd spoken to him a lot, but I never got anything really out of it. You know, I had a bunch of documents and stuff signed by him, and you know, some things like that. But he just seemed like I think it would have been a great thing if he had survived long enough for him to be discovered.
So now, was Ed, because we're going to be watching this now, something that premiered on Sleazemania Strikes Back, coincidentally, because the next time I did a Sleazemania, you had another presentation to put on for the climax of the thing, Beach Blanket Bloodbath.
Right.
Now, was Ed somehow indirectly involved in that?
That was the project. That was the project that we were doing with him. And same thing again, at the end of Star Slammer, the sets were there, they were going to be torn down. We said, you know, it's a pity to just tear these down, and I wanted to do something that Jack Harris wasn't involved in, or had any money involved in. And so again, we came in on our day off, or however it was, and we shot a promo. And I don't know what we ever intended to do with it. I've done that a few times, because I never actually tried to raise any money. I kept thinking it would be something people would watch on TV in one of my other movies, or, you know, it was just one of those things that just seemed like it was too much fun to, like, not do it.
Yeah.
And things didn't cost then what they cost now. I mean, it's shooting in 35 millimeter, and but it was fun to do.
And it's got a great title.
Yeah.
And it's got Forey, who, as we sit here, it's Forey's 91st birthday. Happy birthday, Forey, as we're sitting here.
Yeah, happy birthday, Forey, if you see this.
Please come, Mr. Link. Oh, no, please, come, please. Oh, please, Surfer Bob, please come and get me. Oh, please don't hurt me, please. Oh, God, how did I ever get into this mess?
You know, I really didn't mind when your dune buggy ran over my houseplants. I really didn't mind all those incessant beach parties you had. But when your radio blew up my greenhouse, that was the last straw. You're not gonna like what's going to happen next.
Damn. All right, Surfer Bob, we're in. Now let's find Bibi before they turn her into puppy chow.
Right.
What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to give you a complete lobotomy.
You mean you're going to give her a brain? No, that would be too dangerous.
Don't worry, I'll just take half the brain she has.
But don't you think all the other kids at school will notice?
Nah.
You won't get away with this. My bangs will never cover that scar.
You can always get a new hairdo.
But nobody with half a brain will ever take me to the prom. No. I mean, if I only have half a brain, I'll never get to the... Oh, no, this looks like the end for me.
Shut up, you little tramp.
Well, honestly, if I wasn't strapped down, I would get up and give you a piece of my mind.
Don't bother. I'll take it myself.
Wait! Ah! Mama!
But I'm your sister.
No, you're going to be my half-sister.
Oh, no, Oh, Surfer Bob, please come and get me. Where are you? Please come rescue me. Please, please, Surfer Bob.
Aha!
Oh, I knew you'd come and get me.
All right, you knife-happy knights, cut it out.
You may want to replace
If you touch one more lobe on Head,
that. We'll hang all Timmy.
and we'll call the cops.
Right! You got a dime on you? I left my chains on the dresser.
Is that thing loaded?
You just try me. Find out. Come on. Make my day.
Let's just get her off the slab, Cypher Bob.
I knew you'd come save me.
All right, Phoebe, let's get out of this dump.
And don't try to follow us, or you ain't get him in for big trouble.
Don't worry. There's plenty more where she came from.
Where will we go?
We'll go to the beach. They'll never look for us there.